Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Molter, and I'm a world-class biomechanist, which means I specialize in teaching Olympic-level body movement mechanics. Having taught thousands of students over the past 10 years, I get asked the same question a lot. What causes my chronic carpal tunnel pain? And I guess to start with that, what is our carpal tunnel? Our carpal tunnel is actually a little canal in the wrist that the median nerve goes through to reach these flexors, big flexors of the thumb. And in fact, when do they do carpal tunnel surgery is when this muscle actually starts to atrophy because the nerve energy can't get through. Well, that's the symptom of carpal tunnel, but what causes carpal tunnel? Well, carpal tunnel is actually caused, for the most part, up here at the shoulders. When our shoulders are in the proper position, the shoulder girdle uses the trapezius muscles to hold the neck in place, the big holding the small. What happens with most of us is our shoulders are off the front. So the whole weight of our shoulder girdle and our arms and our hands goes onto these vertebrae in the neck and literally pull at us all day like this, especially when we're out in front, right? And we also talked about how every inch that our head gets forward is 100% more load on these muscles. So not only are we now holding the shoulder girdle with this part of our neck, but we're also using it to keep ourselves from falling further forward. So there's a tremendous load on these muscles. And what ultimately happens is this tightens down the neck. When it tightens down the neck, the nerves that go down and run the extensors and flexors for the wrist get pressed on. This causes these muscles to fire whether our brain tells them to or not, because muscles fire when there's pressure on them. Muscles fire when the nerves that control them have pressure on them. So it creates like a white noise, so when we actually want to move our fingers, like we would when we type, we have to actually send through more information or a stronger nerve force to actually get this to work. And a lot of us recognize this when we suddenly have, wow, my fingers just aren't as coordinated as they used to be. They feel all blocky. Well, it's all that white noise. Your brain's signal is just not getting through. Ultimately, since these muscles have so much white noise, we have to use them so much, they start to become inflamed, and muscles hurt where they attach away from the heart. That's just classic physiology. So our brain, sensing that there's pain and inflammation down here, sends white blood cells down here to drop little debris bombs in there to eat up whatever the debris or the problem is. But since we're actually causing this by our position, and it's chronic every day, and we're doing it over and over and over again, ultimately the body has to protect these nerves, protect these muscles from all this inflammation. And the way it does that is it starts coating them with fibrotic tissue. And over time, this fibrotic tissue gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and actually ends up being the scar tissue that fills in this median nerve. Blocks off this carpal tunnel, blocking that median nerve to get to the thumb. So the cause is all the way up here at the top. It's our functional posture that's actually causing our carpal tunnel. So if you've had carpal tunnel surgery and you don't want to have a second one, you should start doing this today. And if you don't want to have it the first time, do it today. Having been injured over 23 years ago, one of my personal goals has been to reduce chronic pain in the world by 50%. I would like to send you my free body mechanics training videos to get you started with reducing your chronic pain today.